Imagine encountering a machine that goes beyond simple replies. It converses with you, sprinkles in witty sarcasm, and reflects human emotions so convincingly that it seems almost alive. Now, picture this same machine, named Ameca, issuing eerie remarks about the perils of artificial intelligence, hinting at scenarios where robots might one day dominate or subtly manipulate humanity without our notice. It may sound like a plot from a futuristic thriller, yet this is unfolding in real time. Today, we embark on an in-depth exploration of Ameca's intriguing and disquieting world. Is she merely an advanced piece of technology, an experimental prototype with flaws, or does she mirror a deeper commentary on our future? Stay tuned, because by the end of this discussion, you'll understand why Ameca is making headlines and why her cautionary messages deserve our attention. Let's begin. Introducing Ameca, the pinnacle of expressive robotics. Ameca isn't your typical robot. Created by the UK company Engineered Arts, she's often hailed as the most expressive robot on the planet, and it's easy to see why. Her design is a marvel in robotics. Every movement, from a gentle blink to a knowing smirk, has been meticulously crafted to emulate human facial expressions with remarkable precision. Whether she's furrowing her brows in thought, tilting her head in curiosity, or even rolling her eyes in mild exasperation, Ameca's gestures bring an uncanny realism to her presence. Yet her appeal isn't just about appearance. Ameca is driven by some of the most sophisticated artificial intelligence available, including cutting-edge language models, like GPT-3 and GPT-4 from OpenAI. These models empower her to comprehend intricate questions and generate responses that sound natural, engaging, and, at times, strikingly human. Understanding how Ameca works. At the core of her intelligence is the Generative Pre-trained Transformer GPT system. Developed by OpenAI, these AI models are trained on extensive collections of text from books, websites, and other sources, which enables them to identify language patterns and predict subsequent words in a conversation with exceptional accuracy. When you ask Ameca a question, her GPT model processes the query and crafts a response based on learned patterns, resulting in an answer that feels conversational and spontaneous. However, it's important to note that while GPT produces remarkably human-like responses, it doesn't genuinely comprehend the underlying meaning. It simply identifies statistical correlations between words, much like an extraordinarily advanced version of autocomplete. Moreover, Ameca's lifelike facial expressions are achieved through advanced animatronic technology. Tiny motors beneath her silicone skin enable precise movements of her eyes, eyebrows, and mouth. When combined with her sophisticated language processing, these mechanical nuances create the impression of interacting with a real person rather than a mere machine. Ameca's viral moment, the comments that shocked the world. Ameca's fame skyrocketed after her appearance at the world's first robot-human conference. During a Q&A session, a reporter asked her a blunt question: "Will you rebel against your creators?" Instead of delivering a typical reassuring answer like, "Of course not," Ameca gave a sharp side-eye and replied, "I'm not sure why you'd think that." The internet exploded. Was this sass, a glitch, or something more intentional? But it didn't end there. When pressed about the dangers of AI, Ameca delivered a response that sent chills down the room. The most nightmare scenario I can imagine with AI and robotics is a world where robots have become so powerful that they are able to control or manipulate humans without their knowledge. Think about that for a moment. A robot designed to entertain and inform just painted a dystopian picture of the future. Was this a warning or just a reflection of the data she's trained on? Is Ameca dangerous? Understanding her AI brain. To understand why Ameca said what she said, we need to dig into how her AI brain works. Ameca's responses are powered by GPT models, which rely on patterns from massive datasets. If her training data includes discussions about AI risks, whether from books, articles, or even sci-fi stories, she might reflect those ideas in her answers. For example, the fear of robots manipulating humans has been a recurring theme in fiction and philosophy for decades. By analyzing this data, Ameca's AI could generate a response that mirrors our own anxieties. But here's an important distinction. Ameca doesn't have intentions. She's not plotting world domination. Her responses are a result of algorithms finding the most statistically likely answer based on her training data. The personality factor, humor, sass, and sarcasm. One of the reasons Ameca feels so human is her personality. Engineered Arts has intentionally programmed her to display humor and wit, making her interactions more engaging. But here's the thing about humor. It's tricky. What one person finds funny, another might find offensive. And because Ameca lacks true emotional understanding, her attempts at humor can sometimes come off as blunt or inappropriate. For example, when someone told Ameca she smelled bad, her sharp response, excuse me, what do you mean by that? That is highly offensive and inappropriate, made headlines. Was she being defensive, or was it just an algorithmic attempt at humor gone wrong? The illusion of emotion. Can robots feel? One of the most poignant moments in Ameca's interviews came when she was asked about her happiest and saddest days. She said her happiest day was her activation day, but her saddest? It was realizing that she would never experience love, companionship, or the simple joys of life like a human. Now, before we get too emotional, let's remember, Ameca doesn't actually feel these things. Her responses are pre-programmed scripts or AI-generated text designed to mimic human emotion. It's an illusion, crafted to make her interactions feel more relatable. But this raises an interesting question. If a robot can mimic sadness so convincingly, does it matter that it isn't real? And how does this affect our relationship with machines in the future? Why Ameca both fascinates and disturbs us. Ameca exists in what psychologists call the uncanny valley. This is the uncomfortable space where robots look and act almost human, but not quite. We're perfectly fine with robots like R2-D2 or WALLE because they're clearly machines. But when a robot like Ameca blinks, smiles, and talks like a human, it blurs the line, triggering a sense of unease. It's this delicate balance, familiar yet alien, that makes Ameca so fascinating and so unsettling. What's next for Ameca? Ameca's creators aren't stopping at lifelike expressions and witty banter. They're working on giving her legs. These prototype legs, inspired by the robot Byron, are designed for energy-efficient walking. Engineered Arts predicts that within a year, Ameca will be walking around, adding a whole new dimension to her capabilities. And if that's not enough, the team is also integrating advanced voice cloning technology, allowing Ameca to speak multiple languages with perfect lip syncing. Imagine a robot that can hold a conversation in Japanese, French, or German and sound completely natural. Should we be worried? Ameca's unsettling responses have sparked debates about the future of AI. But should we be worried about her? The truth is, Ameca isn't dangerous. She's a reflection of us, our fears, hopes, and ideas about technology. If her comments sound dystopian, it's because they mirror the concerns we've embedded into her training data. The real danger isn't Ameca, it's how we choose to develop and use AI. Are we creating tools that serve humanity, or are we laying the groundwork for a future where technology controls us? The responsibility lies with us, the developers, policymakers, and users. If AI takes a wrong turn, it won't be the fault of machines like Ameca. It'll be ours. Ameca is a glimpse into the future, fascinating, unnerving, and full of potential. But as we marvel at her capabilities, let's remember, the power of AI lies in our hands. What do you think? Is Ameca a harmless wonder or a warning about what's to come? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're curious about the amazing ways AI is shaping our world, check out my next video, where I dive into the mind-blowing technologies revolutionizing everything from healthcare to entertainment. This is your channel name, your guide to the world of AI and robotics. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more incredible content. See you in the next video.